Another big story, Social Security Agency SASSA and the South African Post Office have until 6 o'clock this evening to come to an agreement over the distribution of social grants. So they appeared before a joint meeting in Parliament yesterday where it was revealed that the procurement agreement for a new grant payment system service provider has yet to be finalised. To give us a clearer understanding on the issue, we are joined from our Parliamentary studios by Wandisa Phama. She's from the Legal Resource Centre. Wandisa, thank you. It's great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Leanne. It's good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
One correction. I'm from the Centre for Applied Legal Studies.
Terribly sorry about that. Thank you for correcting us. We'll certainly correct that on our side. On Monday, Minister Bathabile Dlamini told the media in East London that the Post Office could only provide one of the 4 services that SASSA required to pay the grants. But we saw the Post Office, particularly at CAO, Mark Barnes, saying SAPO is more than capable of distributing social grants. There's a lot of contradictions happening here. Talk to us about your views.
Correct. There seems to be a lot of communication breakdown between SASSA and SAPO at this stage. Yesterday in Parliament, both SASSA and SAPO were present and made presentation before the 2 committees. SAPO indicated that, in fact, they're able to pay social grants come 1st of April 2018, and they can meet all the 4 requirements that the minister is disputing that they can meet. Following that, yesterday was a very stressful environment in Parliament, as we're seeing that we are nowhere near to settling the issue and ensuring that about 17 million South Africans will have social grants by April 2018. The 2 chairpersons of the SCOPA committee and the committee on social development were then compelled to call a meeting between SAPO and SASSA to have a discussion yesterday and decide a way forward in ensuring that SASSA will meet the deadline of 1 April, and there will be a service provider that will be able to pay social grants. Yeah.
You know, it's just a huge concern. And I mean, yesterday we saw quite a fiery session happening in Parliament, and many asking, are there any new developments all these months later? The Minister herself coming out and saying, no, there's really nothing new that I can report on with regard to a presentation that had already been given there. 31st of March is the deadline. The court has ordered this. We already saw an extension of this SASSA payments. Now, what's going to happen? Do you once again anticipate a delay?
I've missed you there, Leanne.
Just in terms of the delay, do you anticipate another delay with regard to that? The deadline is the 31st of March. Do you think that's going to be met for next year?
You know, Leanne, it's very late in the day to be having the kinds of disputes that are happening between SASSA and SAPO right now. There has been an undue delay from SASSA's side to ensure that there is a system in place, a service provider in place, be it SAPO or anyone else who can ensure that there is payment of social grants next year. Our main concern in these delays is what happens to the lives of people who are dependent on social security out of need. And as far as these delays and technicalities are taking place, there are things that are in the CPS contract that has been declared invalid that we are concerned about if there is another extension of such a contract. For instance, one of the most concerning issues there is the issue of deductions of social grants from grant beneficiaries and the transfer of their personal data in ways that they cannot explain. So it is a crisis that you are seeing. Yesterday in Parliament, it was very clear that everyone is in panic mode, but for, I would say, SASSA, there is a sense of panic that has been created by this uncertainty, and it's something that the nation cannot afford, in my opinion.
Yeah, we certainly can't, and especially the 17 million beneficiaries. This is a big problem.
Yeah.
Wandisa, I'm going to have to take a break here on the program. We're just going to bring the news to our viewers, and if you don't mind, we'll continue this conversation around about 7:10. Is that all right with you?
That's all right.
Excellent. All right, good. So Wandisa agreeing to stay with us. There's a couple more issues we need to iron out with her with regard to what is happening with SASSA. So do stay tuned. Let's take that break. We'll see you after this.